Yes, this is Denise, a fighter for civil rights and human rights. And my son, Julian, we, as many know, are victims of a civil rights violation, equal housing discrimination. We are against any forms of civil rights and human rights violations. We have founded a new group. It is called Pro 319, whereas we listen to the injustices of others, and we as advocates with that too, and we do what we can to stand and to be in their corners, to give them resource information to help them to understand the laws that fight are designed rather to fight against illegal housing discrimination and more. We will also arrange for them to have have attorneys represent them should they want their cases to go further. We will also talk about being a pro se litigant. We will be talking a lot about and against many different forms of civil rights violations. Today we are focusing on, and we have been focusing on, since we have gotten the news about the decision made in the Breonna Taylor case. Julian, my son here, was born in Louisville, Kentucky. Even though it's explained like Louisville, anyone that has lived there or have been there or been there any amount of time, we say Louisville. So Julian here and has many family members, including his dad, that lives in Louisville, Kentucky. I have a niece in Louisville, Kentucky, and her children. We are fighters again against all forms of police brutality, which too is a civil rights violation. Julian right here is deeply hurt about what happened to Breonna. Because he said it could have been you, his own mother. He knows that someone is hurt like it could have been me, and that is the mother of Breonna Taylor. And if she hears this video, we want you to know, Miss, I think her last name what's her last name? His mother. I forgot her mother. But anyway, we want you to know this. We are with you. We are with you. Say her name. Say her name, Julian. Breonna Taylor. Say her name. Breonna Taylor. Say her name. Breonna Taylor. We are, what's your name, Julian? With you. And we want you to know this, Breonna Taylor's mother. You can see your daughter again. She can live again. Say her name, Julian.
Breonna Taylor.
Say it loud, Julian.
Breonna Taylor.
Say it again.
Breonna Taylor.
Breonna Taylor. We want you to know, this is to the family of Breonna Taylor. Me and Julian are in your corner. We are with you. So, Julian, say this. I say what you want to say, but how do you feel about what was done to Breonna Taylor and how the police did not even get charged except for some whimsily wanton endangerment charge? How do you feel?
I feel bad.
You feel bad, don't you?
Yeah.
How do you feel when you think about people being gunned down? Black men and women gunned down at the hands of monster, malicious, barbaric, inhumane police officers. How do you feel?
I feel bad.
Just talk, dude. He's feeling sad and bad. And a lot of times when he feels like that, he's really a man of little words anyway. And a lot of times when he's really upset, he feels bad. 26 years old is how old she was. And they came in and they killed her. And then she took 8 bullets. And they just, I think they shot 32 bullets into her in the house or something. How do you feel that could have been your mother? Talk, tell them how you feel.
Yeah, it feels bad. I could have been my mother or something. I hope nothing happened to my mother or anything like that.
And don't you feel sad about it happening to Breonna?
Yeah. That's sad.
So it is, he said it's sad. So as we stand here, to the Breonna Taylor family, and especially the mother, all of you who are crying for justice, we are with you. You can reach us by email, all lowercase letters, Denise, DENISE dot Fitzpatrick at AOL.com. I have some other numbers, but I'm going to leave, like the phone numbers, I'm going to leave on the public here, because this is also a Facebook channel video. But we can share that with you we know you got a lot of people in your corner. We know you have a lot of people in your corner. We know you got the celebrities, you name it. Even though we may just be small people compared to the celebrities, we are big people, because big goes by your heart. And we have a heart, and we hate, and we are against, and we will always be against. And we stand up, and we fight, and we mean it, and we hate, and we are anti-discrimination. We are anti-police brutality. We are anti-racism. We are anti-hate. We are anti-malice. We are anti the demonic treatment. We are anti anything that violates human and civil rights. Because nobody has the right to deprive another of their precious life. They can't give it, and they got no right to take it away. Because the giver of life is the Lord Jesus Christ and his Father, not them. We're hurt, we're unhappy, we are angry, we don't like it, and we are with you in this fight and in this cry for justice. Because who gives and who gave those people the right to take the life of young Breonna Taylor? And the government, they need to stand by it. There need to be more federal laws. Anybody that's proud of the life of another should not walk free ever in this country. Because the Constitution of the United States, they've made it just a set of words. It's been broke. It's being broke. Due process of law is the law. But where is due process? Where is justice for Breonna Taylor? Where is justice for Breonna Taylor? We need justice for Breonna Taylor. When? Now. We don't like it. We can't stand it. There's no need in nobody crying. If somebody burns down the buildings, and if somebody does some looting, what did they think was going to happen? Why do you protect 3 people to get thousands killed, possibly? Why is it so important to protect the lives of 3 murderers, or however many it was, and get thousands killed? That don't make sense. God gave a goose. To protect 3 people and possibly the lives of many. And then cry about a building being burned down. And then cry about somebody because they ain't doing a peaceful protest. Well, you set it up yourself. You set it up yourself. You set it up yourself. So in all reality, it's you doing all the looting, if it should be. That's y'all's doings. Because when they killed Breonna Taylor, that wasn't a building. That was a precious life. A building can get built again, mortaring and cement. But her life now lies in the hands of a resurrection. Because you people have no right to deprive anyone of their precious life. It's not yours to take. 26-year-old Breonna Taylor, EMS worker, good job, should still be alive. I don't care if you gave 50 million. It doesn't equal a precious life. Because money is just money. It can't take the life of another. Say her name, Breonna Taylor. I don't care how many likes or don't likes I get. I am a fighter for civil rights and human rights. We've been deprived of human rights more than we have civil rights. We have been denied to be treated as humans. Therefore, we have been denied as being human beings. This foolishness has got to be looked at. It needs to stop. Now we know the times we're living in, it's going to get worse. But we still have to stand up for justice. That's right. Say her name. Say her name. Breonna. Breonna. I said, Breonna. Breonna Taylor should still be living. How is it that one person can say that the police officer's not, when more than one said they didn't? When more than one. No, you thought that when you gave her mother 20 million, you knew then you wasn't going to grant any more justice. You knew that was all she was going to get. But let me say something to you again. You people will have to answer to the true God because your ways are unclean. A mother, how would you feel if somebody deprived you of your child? Y'all got kids? Any of you officers got children? How would you feel if somebody came to you and told you your daughter, your child, or children were gunned down, suffering and dying, laying on the ground, and becoming lifeless at the hand of wicked, cruel, malicious, inhumane people? How would you feel? How would you feel? Would you feel right? You think you might want to burn down a building? How would you feel? You can't say, can you? You can't say, can you? You can't say, can you? Because you ain't felt it. And I'm not even racist. Because I stand for civil rights for all people. And Black Lives Matter was formed because somebody else didn't feel that way. It shouldn't have to be the Black Lives Matter organization. It shouldn't have to be. It shouldn't be no white militias standing around. Or NFSA, or black groups of militias. It shouldn't have to be. It shouldn't have to be. But it's created because of your own wrongdoings. You created this mess. And I get sick and tired when people contact me and say, well, they don't need to be looting, they need to be quiet. Maybe they do. When you killed Breonna Taylor, that wasn't quiet. That wasn't quiet. The actions weren't quiet. It was loud. She might not have been able to holler loud. And nobody else might not have hollered. But it was loud. The actions. And you killed all these other people. That wasn't peaceful. Your killings ain't peaceful. But now you expect a peaceful protest. You got no right to talk. You've got no grounds to kill. You've got no grounds. That's right. You got none. I'm going to end this video right now because my battery's running low and I'm going there and get it and plug it in. But I want to say this before I end it. In fact, let me go get that and plug it in now. Because I ain't ready for it to end quite yet. Even though I'm going to be making videos a whole lot. Because we got events on Facebook for about a week and I'm going to be continuing to. In fact, every time I go out the door, every time I walk out the door, I'm going to have this sign with me. Every time. Every time. And I do a lot of walking. But I don't like this. And let me say another thing before I go. Don't nobody call me about they need to be peaceful. I'm not for burning and all that either. But you should have thought about that when you created this problem. And then you wouldn't have to be saying, well, there can be no protest. How can you talk? How can you talk about the protest? How can you say anything? You created it. They learned it from you. There was an old song long time ago, ain't that old? It said, don't start no mess, won't be none. If you started it, guess what? You got some of the consequences of the action because it is a reaction to the action. And I'm going to say it again. Breonna Taylor. What's her name? Breonna Taylor. Junior, what's her name? What's her name? Hello, can't hear you. Breonna Taylor. Breonna Taylor, that's what he said. Every time I walk out the door until Breonna receives justice, I will have this sign with me. You don't like it? Get over it. So don't nobody call me. You can comment all you want. Don't call me and say nothing to me about, well, two wrongs don't make a right, and because there wouldn't have to be none, period. No protest. All this is a result of the consequence of their wrongs. When you didn't give those men no charge of wanton endangerment, oh yeah, you knew what you was doing, try to make it look like. When you did that, you already knew what you was creating. You know what happened with Floyd, don't you? Or did you forget? Then I read something about a homeless man was killed by a black homeless man. I'm like, what's her name? Mallory. She said, how come you ain't heard no more about the killing in the Shell station? I used to live in Louisville. I know where's that. I know First and Jefferson. I lived on First and Brook. I lived on First Street and Brook Street. As I said, my son was born in Louisville. I know all about that area. She said, how come you ain't heard no more about that in the media? I just happened to run up on that article about the black man, homeless man, and he was jaywalking. I think he was in Louisville, I think. And they killed him. Let me tell you another thing pisses me off. They start talking about Martin Luther King. Well, King was violent. I killed him. Hello. He dead too. Because of your cold killers. Yeah, I started a group Pro 319. And I'm going to stand up for justice and cry out for justice for all those who were slain at the hands of brutality, brutalized, victimized, killed, murdered. Somebody said, I think Mallory said, somebody, I was listening to, she said something about they don't want to use the word murder. What is it then? If it ain't murder, what is it? Murder. That's what? Murder! Yeah, it hurts me. Hurts me. Because civil rights fighter, human rights fighter, and then because I have a son that could be dead now, brutalized black man. And he said the other day, he said, that could have been you. You could be in the shoes Breonna Taylor's mother in. Because, and it hurts. It hurts. When I looked at her, I said, look at that, a mother. That's a daggone, ain't no word for it. So nobody call me and start talking about no, they ought to be peaceful and they ought to be this and they ought to be that and the terrorists and their nerve. Well, if they terrorists, then what are the killers? What the killers are? If the protests are murderers and kills and all stuff, what it is that brought them on? What caused them? Who are they? They got to be killed first, wouldn't they? But back to so racism. That's right. I forgot. They were white though. And believe me, like I said, I am not against color because there's a whole lot of white people that I see in these protests, and a whole lot of white people don't like this mess either. They don't like it. And all this militia and all that standing around with guns like army and all that. And they get to break the curfew, as I understand. The curfew is supposed to be a curfew. Get them off the street. They ought to be able to allow them to stay on the street as long as they want to. They ought to be able to stay on the street and do what they want as long as they want to, because somebody's action calls. They just wake up and say they're going to go out there and go to act a clown or go to killing or burn up stuff. The actions that they're doing is because of what somebody else done. It led to that. So the ones that did the wrong that led to that, they're the looters. They're the problem. We're blaming on these people now. Okay, we do all this killing, all this murder, and then when they act up because of it, because of the pain of it, then we go holler, they need to be peaceful. They need to be quiet. That gets me. That just burns me up when people do that. That burns me up. I'm like, don't talk to me about it. Now, if I sound like I'm agreeing with looting, I'm sorry, because I'm not. But you can't talk. Because in this case, you brought it on yourself. You're the looters. When I heard that thing about, they number terrorists. Look how they acting like animals. Ain't said nothing about the killers now. They created the anger in them that anybody ought to be able to understand. We're talking about decades. We're talking about decades. We're talking about a week or two. Did you forget about the blacks hanging on the trees? Malcolm X was talking about police brutality before he got killed. I was listening to Malcolm X the other day. And I don't listen to Malcolm X a whole lot, but I listened to it the other day. Came and listen to it. He said, who gives you the right to kill? Who gives you the right to, who told you to hate yourself? There's a particular person, I don't even watch that that's about that particular person. I'm not even going to mention the name. People probably can figure it out, but it is ridiculous and foolish and pure stupidity. I don't even listen to no mess like that no more. I listened to that crap for a little while, and I said, this crap is way gone somewhere. Hey, this chick is woo. I don't even listen to it no more. I can't stand the sound of voice. I ain't gonna call no names on here, but I've called names before. I ain't gonna call no names. I think you know who it is. Hate black, turn against your own people. Betrayal. Pitiful. She's smart. You. Let me say this here. Let me get back on this. What's her name? What's her name? I said, what is her name? What's her name?
Breonna Taylor.
Say it again.
Breonna Taylor.
Come closer. We can hear you good. What's her name?
Breonna Taylor.
Say it again, Julian.
Breonna Taylor.
Where you from, Julian?
Louisville.
Louisville. Where you from, Julian?
Louisville.
And what's her name? Breonna Taylor. Yeah. We're with y'all. We're with you in the walk for justice. We're with you in the cry for justice. We're with you in the cry for human rights. We're with you in the cry for civil rights. Because my daddy was a civil rights fighter, and I walked in his shoes. I can't stand this mess. I can't stand this mess. When I heard that decision about Taylor, I can't. I'm going to end the video right now with her name, Breonna Taylor. Love to the Taylor family. Love to all those who stand up for justice. Count me in, call me, email me, whatever. Invite me to speak, because I might not have no big old public name, nothing like that. But guess what? I got a big heart. Invite me to speak, and I'll be there. And what's her name? Breonna Taylor. Before we go, come on, Judy. I ain't about to know right now. I'm just talking on TV. Before we go, this young man here from Louisville, Kentucky, my son, stand back, Judy. Let's say it good and loud. What's her name? Breonna Taylor. Have a nice day. Goodbye now. Daggone shame to kill her like that. She don't get no justice. Really?